Are you still using Windows 10 on your PC? Because when you tried to upgrade to Windows 11, you got this message right here that your hardware isn't compatible. Well, today we're going to fix that. Let's get into it. As you probably know, when Windows 11 came out, it came with system requirements. So whenever you go to Windows Updates and it tells you to get ready for Windows 11, and you do the required hardware checks, and it tells you, sorry, your hardware's not compatible with Windows 11. Well, there's a workaround, and this is not new. There's been a workaround as long as Windows 11's been out, but it's constantly changing, and in my opinion, the most recent update following Windows 11 2.4H2 release is the easiest method yet for both upgrading or doing a clean install of Windows 11. So today, we're going to do just that. Now, the only thing you'll need is your PC running Windows 10 and a flash drive. You don't necessarily have to boot from this flash drive unless you want to do a clean install. We can do an upgrade directly from Windows 10, but we still need to create the flash drive. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to go to Microsoft's website and download the Windows 11 ISO, and then we're going to go download a tool called Rufus and set it up. Once we have both of those items, we're going to upgrade that computer to Windows 11. Now, if you weren't aware, Microsoft stops providing support for Windows 10 in October of 2025. So what that means is there will be no more updates, no more security patches, no more new features. You can continue to use Windows 10, but you'll be vulnerable for malware and viruses. Of course, you can always pay Microsoft $30 and they'll give you an additional year of just security updates. Now, there's some disclaimers we need to get out of the way. Because let's be clear, Microsoft doesn't recommend running Windows 11 on an unsupported device. However, they've made it possible for us to bypass those checks that they've put in place. And before we start the process of the actual installation, I'll make sure that we stop and you read through their full disclaimer, because you need to be aware that by installing Windows 11 on an unsupported device, you could potentially have updates that aren't going to work in the future. There could be some advanced security features that don't necessarily work because your hardware is not supported. Now, having said that, I have done this on an unsupported device and was able to do all of the updates without an issue. That could change in the future, so you just need to be aware of that before proceeding with the Windows 11 installation. I would look at this as more of a temporary fix, right? So you've still got that Windows 10 system that you don't want to get rid of. At least this way will buy you some time. Also, this is going to work for most systems, but not every system. Specifically, if you have an older system with a Core 2 Duo processor or an AMD Athlon 64, it's just not going to work on those. There's no alternative for that. Now, of course, those processors came out somewhere around 2006. That's to be expected. At this point, they're almost 20 years old. So, first we'll go to Microsoft's website. We'll download the Windows 11 ISO. Then we'll hop over to Rufus and we'll download the tool that we need. And then we'll start the installation. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and open up PC Health Check. This is the program that it has you download when you go to Windows Updates and try to do a Windows 11 install. It's the program Microsoft has you download to check your system requirements. And as you can see here, this PC doesn't meet the system requirements. The PC must support Secure Boot. TPM 2.0 must be supported and enabled. And the processor isn't currently supported for Windows 11, but that's not going to keep us from installing Windows 11 today. So we're going to come over here to Google and we're going to put in Windows 11 download. We're going to come right here to Microsoft's website. And then we're going to scroll down here past the assistant, past the installation media, and go to the Download Windows 11 Disk Image ISO. We're going to select our download. And then we're going to click the Download Now button. Now you have to choose a language selection. This is very important if you're doing an upgrade. You have to select the language in which your original Windows installation was used. If you come in here and select a different language, it will not allow you to do the upgrade. You'll have to do a clean install, so make sure you select the appropriate language. Alright, once you've selected your language, go ahead and click Confirm. Alright, then I'm going to click 64-bit download. Now this is going to take quite some time to download, so we'll fast forward here in the video. And I believe it's about a 5 gigabyte download, so it's going to take a bit of time. Fortunately, I already have it downloaded, so we'll jump forward. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you found value in this video, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps me tremendously with that YouTube algorithm. I've started this channel a few months ago, and thanks to your support, I've already reached 2,000 subscribers, but there's still a lot of work to do. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Okay, now that we have the Windows 11 ISO downloaded, we're going to jump over here to GitHub and we're going to download Rufus, which is the tool we need to put all this together. Let's jump in. Okay, so we're going to jump back into Google and we're going to go get Rufus. I'm going to type Rufus into Google. You can go directly to Rufus's website. I like to get stuff from GitHub. So I'm going to click on the GitHub link here. And I'm going to scroll down here to the right and you'll see the release. That's the latest version. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Then I'm going to scroll down here to my assets. Now you can pick the first one or whichever version you want. I like the third one. It's the portable version. It's just the one I prefer. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to download there. You'll see it in my downloads folder here in just a second. So there is Rufus, and there is my Windows 11 ISO. I'm going to go ahead and double click on Rufus here. You're going to get that user account control. Just click yes. And I recommend doing yes here for the updates because every time Windows 11 makes an update, Rufus updates, so you want to make sure you get the latest updates. Okay, so at this point you want to make sure that that flash drive is plugged into your computer. And then under device name here on Rufus, you should see that flash drive. Okay, so you want to go ahead and verify that the top box under device has the USB drive that you plugged into your computer. And then next, we're going to go ahead and click select, and we're going to select that ISO that we downloaded. Okay. Then the next setting we need to do here is the partition scheme. Now Rufus should select the scheme that you need. However, just some additional information. So if your computer does not support UEFI, then you'll want to certainly make sure that it's on MBR. If it does support UEFI, then you can put it on GPT. Now I know that the Windows installation tool will set it up to where you can boot either or. My understanding is that if you hit Alt-E in Rufus, that it will change the selection to allow you to boot from either. Now I have not tested that. So for our purposes today, I'm going to leave mine on GPT. I would suggest that if Rufus selected MBR for you, that you leave it on MBR. If you've tried that Rufus command, Alt-E, and were able to boot either or, let me know down in the comments. So after you make your selection there for the partition scheme, we're going to leave the other settings that Rufus has, and then we're going to click the Start button. So I'm going to make my selections here, so you need to at least select the first two boxes. So the first one removes the requirements for the secure boot, TPM, all that stuff. The second one removes the requirement to create a Microsoft account. Now, I have done this before, and I know that those two options work. I'm going to try a couple other ones here to create a local account and to disable the data collection and skip privacy policies. You don't have to do that. I would at least do the first two check boxes and then click OK. You're going to get a warning that all data on that drive will be erased, and then click OK. All right, so this is actually going to take a few minutes here to get ready, so I'm going to fast forward. Okay, and I'm back, so I'm going to go to my PC, and you can see here that's the drive that Rufus created for us, and if we open that up, you can see all of your Windows files here inside. Now, this is an important step because this is where you need to decide whether you are going to do an upgrade and keep your existing files, or if you're going to do a clean install of Windows 11 and remove everything. If you're going to do just an upgrade, then we're going to run the setup from right here. If you want to do a clean install, then you need to reboot your computer and boot from the flash drive. I'll put a graphic up here on the screen for some common boot menu keys. So whenever you do the restart, you'll start to tap the key that corresponds with your brand of PC, and then that will allow you to boot directly from the flash drive and then start the installation process from there. For this method here, I'm going to do the upgrade, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the setup. You're going to get the Windows user account controls. Just click yes. Okay, and this begins our Windows install. So we're going to go click next. And of course it's going to check for updates. I'll fast forward through this part. Alright, then after the update you should end up here on the user agreement screen and just click yes. Okay, making sure we're ready to install. And of course once was not enough, so we're going to do updates again. And I will also go ahead and fast forward through this part. Okay, now this part right here is super important. This is what I was mentioning earlier about the disclaimer. Windows is letting you know here that your device is not supported and you are proceeding at your own risk. I would recommend that you read through this completely. It does let you know that you likely will not receive updates in the future. Now, spoiler alert, I've already done this before making this video, and I was able to download and install all of the Windows updates after this installation. But your computer may be different, and you may not be able to get some updates, so you just need to know that before moving forward. Now, you can see there that although it gives you this disclaimer and lets you know that your device is not compatible, there is a button there that says accept and allows you to move forward with the installation. So, as long as you understand the risks, go ahead and hit accept and start that installation. Making sure your PC has enough space. Okay, now it says you're ready to install. For me, I'm installing Windows 11 Pro. I'm going to keep my personal files and apps, and I'm going to click Install. Okay, now from this point on, this is just the normal Windows installation. If everything goes well, I will meet you back here at the Windows 11 screen. Okay, installation is complete, and we are on the Windows 11 desktop. I'll go to System right here. And as you can see, we are on Windows 11 Pro version 2.4H2. Alright, there you go. your Windows 10 computer that was not supported by Windows 11 now has Windows 11. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of these other video suggestions. Thank you for watching, and until next time.